what do you think that what is the biggest myth people have about improving their English communication skill?
Biggest myth is that grammar is everything. Right. See,
Hmm.
behind me, they are
Okay.
all vocabulary, grammar, all these things. But what is it doing? It is just kept there, right? I don't want to bring it out. Speaking, 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 as I always say, there is
Where you have to imagine yourself being an educational minister of India for one day. So what changes would you immediately make in the way English communication is taught?
so first and foremost, I'm going to introduce thing called public speaking mandatorily in school.
Okay.
Mandatory.
That so now the
Mhm.
format of teaching has already, you can say, not entirely changed, but it has evolved because now every student in the class he gets the opportunity to speak in
Just feel them very closely.
closely.
I am able to feel you. Don't think like that, that I'm not language.
Right.
But there is always an urge to meet those people with whom I'm connecting online. And
In the second or third round, I think I met a lady. She was like very clear, Karishma, you have good communication skill, you have good vision also, you have good experience also. Why you want to work with us? She rejected me. I felt bad. So very good afternoon. How are you doing?
good afternoon, Karishma. Let me just hold my mic because there is a voice or sound issue every time. So, good
Yeah.
afternoon. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. How's the weather today?
Hot, sunny, humid.
Oh my God, it's just opposite here. It feels
Okay.
like, yeah, it might rain today
Okay, it might rain in Delhi,
in
right?
Gurgaon. Yeah.
Gurugram.
Gur-
Okay, all right. Here, yeah, till yesterday it was raining heavily, but
Okay.
today somehow it's sunny, and you know that, like the after effect of rains, how it turns out, right? Humid,
You
unbearable, that kind of heat.
got it. And how
So,
was your morning?
morning has been good. The day has been great, productive. I was really excited to meet you through this session, and
Mm.
I'm really happy. And now that we are here together, I'm sure it is going to be even better.
Definitely. So before moving forward, I would like you to give a short introduction for my audience.
Oh, lovely. So, I would like to introduce myself, Karishma.
Yeah.
As you know, my name is Vinita. In short, it is Vinny. And my students, they fondly know me as Dia ma'am. That is how my channel's name is English with Vinny and Dia. Academically, I'm CA finalist, that is Chartered Accountancy, CS Professional, that is Company Secretary. I hold Masters in Economics. Alongside, I have certification in public speaking. If I talk about professionally, I'm a communication and spoken English trainer. It's been 10 years I have been into teaching. I started back in the year 2014. That was the first year when I started as a passion. And it later transitioned into communication coach or communication training back in COVID in 2020. And I've tutored more than 5,000 plus students so far from different backgrounds like chartered accountants, doctors, army people, students, IT professionals, and students right from kindergarten till senior citizens. That is my student category. Other than that, if I talk about my spare time activity, I am a content creator. And these days, most of my time is spent in scripting, planning, and editing, recording, all these things. So that is how I do. I am a travel enthusiast. I love traveling. I am an art enthusiast. I love doing art. I am into yoga, meditation, dance, and I love spending time in nature. So whenever I get time, I try to occupy myself with these things. So this is all about me.
Great. I think beautiful introduction. You includes every minute detail about you, and it's amazing. One thing I am curious to know about you is that you speak so mindfully and slowly. Was this your natural style since childhood, or did you train yourself to do this?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. And first of all, I would like to thank you for that, Karishma. So, I would say that if I talk about being a speaker, so that I believe my school environment was really, really helpful, or I would say that was something that really motivated me to go with something like that or groom my skills, my speaking skills. At that time, it was my passion, although there were many students, right? But not all of them were same, right? It was my passion that helped me speak. So I used to speak a lot with myself, when I used to take shower, when I used to get ready for school. So I used to just look in the mirror while brushing also, and I used to talk something. I used to describe some past incidents in
Okay.
English, in English only, no Hindi at
Can you
that
give
time.
me just 1 minute?
Yes,
Just
please.
1 second. It's very important. Hello? It's coming.
Mom duties.
Yeah.
Can
So sorry to
understand.
interrupt you. You were saying something. Yeah.
So I was mentioning like how I used to speak to myself. These days, you might be listening to a lot of people giving this advice or recommendation where they say mirror practice,
Right.
right? They
Right.
say speak to yourself. So I didn't know there is a practice called mirror practice at that time, but I used to do, right, out of interest. It was nothing but interest or passion, we can say. So I used to brush and I used to look at myself with a lot of confidence, and I used to feel as if I'm presenting. That was the kind of, I would say, a passion or maybe a kind of imagination I used to do for myself.
Right.
And gradually, what happened, Karishma, maybe I used to participate a lot in competitions, a lot,
Okay.
right? Like be it speech, debate, group discussions, poem, anything.
Okay.
And that really helped me. And finally, when I reached higher secondary, that means grade 11 and 12, they appointed me as the speaker of my school. So there used to be one position, or which is the head girl. So I was the head girl. Simultaneously, they chose me as the speaker of my school. That means be it any announcement or some discussion or anything, this person will be doing right on the stage.
Okay.
So that was the first step, right? After that, when I started this CA, as I mentioned, I was just confined to one room, no socializing, no environment, nothing, simple hardcore studying.
Okay.
And somehow that was the lowest phase when I lost my fluency.
Okay.
I mean, it was like, what am I doing? I don't have even a person to speak. I
Mm.
don't have time mainly. People is secondary. There was no mobile phone. I didn't have mobile phone. Nothing. It was just books, I and that room of mine, right? So that practice went away. And
Okay.
again, I had to start right from scratch. Once it was completed, then I entered into teaching after completing my chartered accountancy. So you know very well, I can say, although I can give 10 other reasons how this speech became like this. But to be honest, when you are into teaching, Karishma, if you have noticed, teachers, they need to be mindful or they have to be slow.
So, true.
You cannot simply just speak and go on speaking, and your students, they often are in perplex, they are perplexed, what is she doing?
Right.
So
That's
I started teaching, and somehow that lowered my speed,
speech.
my pace of
Mhm.
speaking.
Right.
And after that, what happened, you come across a lot of people, some of them speak exceptionally fast, or some of them may be really moderate, or some of them absolutely slow. So when you come across these categories, you eventually realize what is the right pace,
Yes. Absolutely.
right? You realize, okay, he's speaking too fast and it's not that comfortable, or
Comfortable.
he's speaking too slow, it is monotonous.
Yeah, that is true.
And then you start changing yourself. And this experience of meeting with people, then being into teaching, being into explaining explanations, I think developed my pace, moderate pace. Sometimes I find it slow, to be honest. I try to raise it, but I'm
Okay.
unable to do it. Sometimes I do.
So it becomes your natural style of speaking.
Yeah, it became a style like that.
Yeah.
So, and mindfully, so I don't think just thoughts come and I keep speaking. So that is how it has happened.
Okay, but amazing. I think you are maintaining a good pace, I feel, because personally, I received a lot of comments about my speech. I
Hmm.
used to speak really
Hmm.
fast. I'm
Hmm.
literally trying to slow down, but I don't know that, as you said, that naturally you are able to speak slow, but similarly, naturally, I'm able to speak fast. But still, I'm working on it. Maybe after some
Yes.
time, I'll be able to do it. Okay, let's
Yes.
move on to the next question. What do
Mhm.
you think that what is the biggest myth people have about improving their English communication skill? What do you think?
Okay, great question. So, Karishma, have you got this list of questions in advance, or is it just coming on impromptu or on spot?
I have prepared. I told you that I'm gonna ask you a few questions, so I just jotted down a few questions, not many. And sometimes I create questions, sometimes I ask from the list.
It's
Yeah.
on spot. Yeah, amazing. So, that's a wonderful question. Like myths about being fluent or speaking English, or how can you achieve that fluency?
Right.
So, I believe the biggest myth is that grammar is everything, right? And people, they these notes you can see
Mhm.
behind me, they are
Okay.
all vocabulary, grammar, all these things. But what is it doing? It is just kept there, right? It
Right.
built up a good foundation, I can't deny it, right?
Right.
It was good for foundation. Now that stage is over. Now what is it is going to do? I can't really read every day and become fluent. No, it's
Right.
good there itself, right? I don't want to bring it out. So,
Right.
right in the beginning, it's good to go with grammar, set your pillars, strengthen your foundation, jot down everything. There is no harm in it, but speaking, 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 as I always say, there is nothing that can beat or compete speaking practice. So, Karishma, last time when we were in that conversation, and you told me you just started speaking, and there was nothing, we can say, there were no thoughts, or there was nothing that was happening,
Right.
right? You simply
Right.
started speaking, no?
Right.
And that is how you reached at this level where it was hard to believe, or I was unable to believe that you are from Hindi medium, or you didn't have any background or environment for practicing, because you spoke so well. So, speaking is what brought you at this stage.
True.
So I believe grammar, if you really think, or if you have this thought that if I just go and watch hundreds of grammar videos, and or I attend some sessions related to grammar, offline classes, online classes, and then I simply go and sit at home and spend my time, occupy myself in other works, it is really not going to help. So it can be, I believe, 40/60.
40, 60.
Like 40, you can go for theory,
That's
but
60%.
60 is speaking and creating that environment.
Right.
So the biggest myth, I think, is just cramming those grammar rules
Mhm.
and thinking that I'll be fluent one day. Not really happens. So that is one myth. Do you agree, Karishma?
Yeah, I do agree with this thought of yours because initially I started with grammar. I used to feel that if I'll perfect in grammar, then I would start speaking in English. But I have been on that journey for so long, but I have noticed that nothing is improving. Like I was the same. So that's how I changed the method of my learning. Nobody was there to guide me at that moment. No YouTube videos, no social media presence. It came very late actually in my life. Maybe it's there, but I was not aware of those things. I was working with a law firm. I was like fully focused in my work and then family. I was not into mobile phone and YouTubing. I started YouTube when I became mother. That was the time I used to feel like that now I'm free. I have to do all the household chores, and mobile is that attraction at that time. And that's how I understand that okay, speaking is important, and now I have to do something for speaking. Otherwise, I won't be able to speak English. Doing mastering in English is another thing, but I may not be able to speak if I have not started speaking yet. So that's how I began. Yeah,
So
that's
same
true.
story,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I just gave one example, but you are proving it right. You justified it
No,
by sharing your experience.
but that is absolutely true. I have seen many people, they feel that, okay, let's perfect in grammar and then I will start speaking. That's the biggest myth. People thought that just by learning grammar rules or becoming perfect in those rules, you may start speaking English. It is not going to happen until you open your mouth and speak. That is the first and important step, I feel. Let's move on to the
Okay,
next
Rishma.
question.
Absolutely. Just one addition. So
Yeah.
as I have sessions every day, so
Mm-hmm.
we get variety of students, right?
Right.
Diverse backgrounds. So sometimes students are really particular about what I need from you. So I ask them, what do you need from me? I would like to know, right? And it is your right to tell me. What do you need from your teacher? After all, you are paying for it. But
Right.
you know what? So my strategy is simple. I'll be making it very natural, like speak and learn. But I sometimes find my students in a lot of dilemma. Why? Because sometimes when you start speaking or having conversations or when you start discussing things, they feel like teacher is wasting our time. That is the
Exactly.
psychology. That
Yes.
is the psychology, right? So
Right.
I really want to change this psychology. I really want to change this mindset and let my students know that you will become fluent. It's a promise. I assure you. And it happens.
It happens.
Later they understand, like, okay, we are on the right path.
Right.
Like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely
So
true.
this, yeah.
Okay, so now my question is about you can assume it's a hypothetical situation where you have to imagine yourself being an educational minister of India for one day. So what changes would you immediately make in the way English communication is taught?
Okay. All right. So English communication is thought or some other change? English communication.
English communication.
Okay. So first of all, I am going to make it absolutely practical and not bookish,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Because so far we have treated English just
As a
as a
subject.
subject,
Right.
just. And
Right.
there is nothing called communication skills in school or soft skills in school, nothing like
Right.
that, right?
Right.
So first and foremost, I'm going to introduce thing called public speaking mandatorily in school.
Okay.
Mandatory.
That's a good move, I feel.
As soon as you enter your school, even if you're unable to speak, like you can simply you are only able to speak few words, then also that student should be brought to the stage, and or maybe if not stage, somewhere that where he can come up, hold that mic and become confident, right? Even if he's nervous or perplexed, or even if he's somewhere out of, totally out of sorts, but that student, compulsorily you have to come, you have to hold that mic, you have to speak even couple of words also, it's fine, because that is the right foundation where you will start expressing, where you will come to know that something like this exists. And it should be mandatory practice along with subject matter, like grammar books, English literature, everything should be there. But this public speaking part, I would love to introduce mandatorily.
That is, I think, very good move because, okay, one thing I would like to ask you, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that. Are you married?
Yes, yes, absolutely, I'm
Are you
married.
a parent also?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So that's what I want to discuss, or you can say that I would like to add here, because my son, he's 6 years old. He's studying in a private school. So now the
Mhm.
format of teaching has already, you can say, not entirely changed, but it has evolved because
Evolve.
now every student in the class, he gets the opportunity to speak in front of the teacher. So every now and then they're kind of like any, for example, recently that Janmashtami, it was Janmashtami. So her ma'am asked me that you have to prepare your son to speak on something about Krishna, at least 5 lines, he should say. So we prepare, and every child in the classroom get the same what do you
Opportunity.
say? Opportunity. Yeah, every child gets the opportunity to speak in front of the teacher. Now, out of 30 students, maybe out of like 30, 10, maybe they are not even comfortable at all standing in front of the teacher or a classroom. But when they're getting the same opportunity, they feel comfortable. Maybe by the time that will enhance. So I think that is very positive change, which is maybe private schools, they have adopted it, but in government schools, it's not there. Because I am from a government school, so I know it is not there at all, even now. So that is a good thing that you have mentioned, that public speaking is such an important subject in itself. I think it should
Yes,
be enhanced, because even after
absolutely.
graduation, I have seen people, they are like a 12-year-old girl or boy, they behave. They are still standing shy, not able to open up. And I was like that when I was like graduated. So I can completely relate with this thought of
You are
yours.
talking about 10 and 12-year-old students or maybe individuals. I would like to bring one thing to your notice, Karishma. So I have not once, it had happened multiple times. I got one student, I would say, or learner, where that learner was hardly able to introduce himself or herself. Let's keep that identity safe. So he was not able to introduce himself properly. I'm saying 4 to 5 lines of English. And later when I asked, okay, what do you do? So he said, I am an English teacher.
Oh my God.
How is it even possible in some
Okay.
government school?
Yeah.
And that blew away my mind.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's.
Is that the system?
Hmm.
How are you even getting that opportunity to brighten up
Okay.
the future of students?
Absolutely.
That's saddening.
Yeah.
That's disheartening.
Yeah. Even I have watched a similar kind of news on TV as well. Like sometimes when the people they take interview of government school teachers, they couldn't even write a normal day-to-day word. English is
11, if you have
yeah,
watched that.
recent one. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, but that's not good. It
That's
shouldn't happen.
disheartening.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Disheartening.
happen.
Absolutely. And really, laughing is not the scenario here. We don't really
Yeah,
mean to laugh,
but
honestly. And, but that was disheartening when I watched that clip, short clip. And we need this change,
we need this
totally.
change. Absolutely.
Where degree is not everything, your skill
Skill.
should be the main criteria. Like,
Absolutely true.
yes.
Okay,
So,
so my next question, it's quite important. It's related to your profession as well. What do you
hmm.
enjoy more? Teaching offline with face-to-face connection or online with global reach?
Okay, wonderful. So, so we are in a phase, Karishma, where I won't get time to think about it. I just have to be impromptu, right? Time won't permit us actually.
Right.
So I would like to answer this question again. Outstanding question from you, Karishma. I really appreciate it. I have experienced both these cases: offline teaching, where I used to conduct workshops, seminars, classes, and proper training and teaching everything. And then I am mostly into online teaching, as you know. If I talk about both, if I talk about online and offline teaching, first of all, I forgot to mention I'm a small town girl. Like I belong to a place which is really small, right, with limited or no exposure, we can
Okay.
say, right? So if I talk about my offline exposure, I don't have much, and in future I can't think of having it much to a greater extent. Like I'll be having, that's for sure, but limited extent,
Great. Got it.
right? So when I get my when I get students offline, right, they touch my soul.
Okay.
Like I feel like, okay, now I can finally change him completely. or her completely. Like I really enjoy when students, they come and stand like folding their hands and shaking. I really make them stand still, giving a good position to their hands, right, giving good repetition of pronunciation words, and just if their speech is really low or voice is low, I just raise them by repeating. So that gives me a kind of confidence that I am able to bring a wholesome change in this person,
Right.
a whole, or we can say a complete change. I at least I try.
Right.
Right. Because I can touch them, I can just feel them very closely.
Closely.
I am able to feel you. Don't think like that, that I'm not.
But you
I'm
can
able to
understand
feel.
their emotions as well, like what they're
Yeah,
exactly feeling at that moment. You can read their faces also.
absolutely. They
That's
cry. They cry immediately. If something goes wrong, they start crying. But when it comes to online, so online is something that is giving me sound sleep, to be honest. The
okay.
only thing is, I am not able to bring that wholesome change. I can change the speech, I can change little bit of body language,
Right.
but there is always an urge to meet those people
Real
with whom I'm
location.
connecting online, and we uh, go along for so long. We connect professionally, personally, we share our stories, everything, but there is always that urge of meeting this person in person. So that is like refreshing my soul or me. But this one, like online teaching, it's giving me a sound sleep, and it is something that keeps me going. So
Mm.
both of them are really, really something where I can feel myself, and I think a change can be brought. But as of now, I am grateful that I am having this online exposure. Otherwise, what I would have done.
Actually, I was about to ask you the question related to that only. Like, if you would not do CA, or maybe if you're not into the field of communication, what other field do you think like you have loved exploring? What kind of thing you adopt as a profession or as a, yeah.
So thankfully, you didn't come up with the question like, why did you choose CA,
No.
right? So CA was not chosen; it just came to my life. It was accidentally. It happened, right?
Right, right.
I wanted to be, not now. Now I have different mindset.
Okay.
But when I remember in grade 4, 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
I was an ardent fashion enthusiast,
Wow. Okay.
and I wanted to be something called fashion designer. And to your knowledge, I would like to add, Karishma, when I cleared my group stage 2 of chartered
Mm-hmm.
uh, accountancy, we have NIFT, if you know NIFT, like the Institute of
Yes.
Fashion Technology,
Yes, yes, yes.
National Institute. It is best, like IITs we have,
Right, right.
same as NIFT for fashion.
Yes.
So I, even after completing my 2 stages of CA in first attempt, both in first attempts,
Okay.
I told my family I don't want to continue. I just want to get myself enrolled in some fashion or these colleges.
Okay.
It was a clear no. But then also, I just took help of my mother
Mm-hmm.
and went to that college, like
Okay.
NIFT. And
Okay.
it was among top 3 colleges at that time. Now I don't know what is its ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I went, and there was a panel, like panel of 5 people sitting. I inquired about the course, like what all courses do you offer? They said, what do you do? I said, I am into CA. I'm pursuing chartered accountancy, and I'm into finals.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, are you in your senses? Right? Why, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Please go.
Okay.
I said, I just want to do. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
And of course, they, why will they reject one of their students or a customer?
Right.
Right. But they also gave a very tough look to me, and
Hmm.
they said, means it is not matching, right? You are leaving
Right.
CA for coming here. So I inquired also, but somehow I couldn't make it because at that time, no one, not even one person really supported my decision. Even then, I started feeling I should not leave at this stage,
Right.
right? After working so hard. So I would have been a celebrated fashion designer, and I trust myself on that. So
Okay. But
yes.
I think
Yeah.
like if something happened, it happened for some good reason. So I think if you're not there, that is why you're here as a communication coach and you're helping so many people
Coach.
actually out there and people appreciate you for that. And that is a good move. And the same
Totally.
incident, it happened with me recently. Like before I start my YouTube channel, I went for a job interview. When my son, he was like 3 years old, I started thinking about my career that I have to resume my career back and I have to go on the same path. I went for an interview in a company. It's a law firm, good law firm. The way I communicate, the way I deal, like in the interview, they say, "Why do you need a job? Why are you not starting your own law firm? Because being an advocate, why you want to work under us? Like you feel bad if you." Um, they clearly said, especially the in the second or third round, I think I met a lady. She was like very clear, Karishma, you have good communication skill, you have good vision also, you have good experience also. Why you want to work with us? She rejected me. I felt bad for some time and then I started my YouTube channel and it worked really well in the beginning also. So I think everything happens for a good reason. Same with me.
Agree. Agree. That
Yeah.
is how I convince myself every day. If there's something I don't get, so it's just
It's
because there's
okay.
some reason
There's
behind.
some reason
Yeah,
behind it. Exactly.
absolutely.
This is how like
That is
now I have opened my law firm. I am working professionally as well as a like part-time YouTuber also. So I'm getting a lot on my plate now. So I'm very satisfied just because of that one
I would
decision.
like to appreciate one thing.
Yeah.
Krishma, your speech has got good clarity. You
Okay.
know, I often ask my students, see, pace is not the ultimate goal, clarity is the goal.
Clarity is the goal, right?
Right? And you know why you are able to connect with so many people and why people are liking your work? Because you have that clarity in your speech,
Oh,
which
thank
is
you.
important.
Okay,
Yes,
but I'm still
truly.
trying to reduce the pace. It's actually a little bit higher on the higher side because the platform I'm using, which is for public or the learners, and the learners are beginner. So for them, it is difficult to understand me. That's the main problem. So
Sometimes.
yeah.
Yes, agree.
But
But yeah,
yeah, it's an
clarity
amazing,
is
I
there.
think, conversation. People or the learners will definitely learn a lot from this motivating video. And I'm really thanks to you for being here on my channel. Amazing conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Karishma. And I enjoyed talk. It was really a wonderful, it was such a natural kind of session where we just spoke on different things and it just went like that.
Right, right,
Time flew,
right. Yeah.
right?
We'll see you some
And
other
I
day
would
with
love to
some
meet.
certain topic
Absolutely.
next time.
Absolutely. So it would be a
Okay.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Great meeting you. Thank you so much, Karishma. Have a good day.
Same. Thank
Thanks a
you. Bye.
lot. Thanks.